Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming today. Sorry about our slight tardiness, but I appreciate our helpers and my IT backup. That's the help I need, and I promise this will be worth it. It's going to be a really awesome topic today. We're going to be going over immune boosting foods. So I thought this was... I sort of jinxed ourselves with this topic. I had this planned for January, and with everything that's going on, we had to push that talk back to February, but I think it's still very much appropriate to talk about our immunity and building up the strongest immune system that we can have. It's always important. So, and we're also going to have a delicious juicing demo or juice tasting at the end of our presentation today. And I'd like to thank Francois again for working so hard and getting our delicious juices prepared. So that's something to look forward to. And then we have handouts for everyone. And that's just going to be going along with what I'm going to be talking about during this presentation. Okay, so let's get started. Again, my name is Megan Settles. I'm the registered dietitian nutritionist here at Roundtree Gardens. Thank you all for coming. Okay, so what exactly is your immune system, and can choosing certain foods help protect it? So our immune system is our way that we defend ourselves against pathogens, against viruses, against bacteria that's living all around us at all times that could potentially negatively harm us. So we want our immune system to be working as efficiently as possible so that we stay as healthy as possible. We want our immune system to be able to attack the bad pathogens, but also know when something shouldn't be attacked. So we don't want our immune system to be working on auto drive necessarily, because that can lead to sort of autoimmune disorders. When you think of your immune system working too hard, that means your cells are attacking even the good things in your body. So we want our immune system to be working efficiently to protect us. And can choosing certain foods help protect it? Definitely yes. Unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you any specific food that you can eat to prevent any illness for the rest of your life. I wish that is, maybe one day we'll find something like that, but we definitely will talk today about certain micronutrients that we all need on the daily basis to keep our immune system functioning as efficiently as possible. All right, so number one in creating a healthy, boosted immune system is just following a general healthful eating pattern. So for those of you that were with me during my very first presentation, we talked a little bit about the patterns for general healthful eating. So things like making half of your plate fruits and vegetables at every meal. Just by doing that, you're going to ensure that you're getting a lot of those micronutrients, those vitamins and minerals that we need into your system. Choosing complex carbohydrates and whole grains when possible. So choosing brown rice, choosing quinoa, choosing those complex carbohydrates, even complex carbohydrates like fruits and vegetables, whenever you can, again, is going to ensure that you're getting the max amount of micronutrients into your diet. Consuming adequate lean protein. So the different micronutrients that we're going to talk about later, a lot of them are found in those lean proteins. So even vegetarian proteins like tofu, or just lean proteins like chicken and turkey. I'll grab that. There you go, Miss Hashimoto. You got it. So consuming adequate lean protein and taking time to relax, unwind, and get adequate sleep. So I know that isn't necessarily a nutrition recommendation, but that is really, really important in keeping our immune system strong. Stress is sort of the Achilles heel of our immune system. So the more stressed we are, the less sleep we're getting, sort of the more at risk we are to not be as strong, our immune system not be ready to fight off those bugs that we need to. And drink water. So Our lymph system is an important part of our immune system, and that is key that we're staying hydrated to prevent our lymph system from failing us and to make sure that we're strong and, again, ready to combat those pathogens. So drinking plenty of water. Number 2, focus on key nutrients that directly affect your immune system. So again, number 1 was just following a general healthful eating and healthful living pattern. Number 2, that we can help boost our immunity is focusing on choosing specific foods that have those key nutrients, vitamins, and minerals in them. So we're going to be talking about these for the remainder of our presentation. Number 1, iron. Number 2, vitamin A. Number 3, vitamin C. Number 4, vitamin D. Number 5, vitamin E. And number 6, zinc. So we're going to be talking about all of these. This, again, is not necessarily saying that all you need are these vitamins and minerals to have a healthy immune system. You really need all of the vitamins and minerals in your system to protect yourself, but these are ones that specifically have been studied to help boost our immunity. So we're going to get into a little bit of these. So number 1 is iron. So iron itself is a component of enzymes critical for immune cell function. So it's in those enzymes that our immune cells need. So that's why it's important that we take in enough iron so that our immune cells are able to proliferate and grow as we need them to. So over here is some examples of high iron foods. So the main foods that you think of when talking about iron are honestly not plant-based. So a lot of chicken, red meat, those are all high in that heme iron. But also we do have plant-based options that can get you enough iron to sustain your immune system. So those are the non-heme iron sources, like nuts, those dried fruits like prunes, apricots, our greens like spinach, and you will see a general trend in today's presentation that almost every single one of these key nutrients, greens are included. So that's why they say those greens are the most micronutrient dense foods because they have all of these key nutrients in them. So moving on from iron, vitamin A. So vitamin A is one of my favorite vitamins. Sort of like iron, the non-heme versus the heme iron. Vitamin A comes in a retinol form, so that's the readily available form of vitamin A, and that's where you find that in the meat products and dairy products like cheese, milk, eggs, meat, and then the carotenoids version of vitamin A is actually a provitamin of vitamin A. So we take in carotenoids and they turn into vitamin A through the digestive process. And those carotenoids, as we would expect, carrots are a big one, as well as cantaloupes, bell peppers, sweet potatoes, and you guessed it, greens. So vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin. So when thinking about eating a fat-soluble vitamin, it's going to help our body digest if we eat it with a source of fat. Hopefully a healthy source of fat, like olive oil or nuts. So I like to say my favorite snack is carrots and hummus. So that's a perfect combination. You've got some healthy fat from the olive oil and hummus, and you've got the carotenoids from the carrots or the beta carotene. And what vitamin A does for our immune system is it helps to regulate the immune system and protect against infections by keeping skin and tissues in the mouth, stomach, intestines, and respiratory system healthy. So that being said, a big part of our immune system is our innate immune system, meaning just our skin, our barriers, the barriers that we have on our organs. Those things physically protect against pathogens and negative bacteria. So vitamin A really helps to keep those physical barriers strong. Next up, vitamin C. So vitamin C is probably the most readily talked about vitamin when it comes to our immune system. A lot of doctors, even during the COVID-19 pandemic, have been increasing their recommendation for patients to start on a vitamin C supplement because of that immune boosting effect that it has. But vitamin C is one of the most readily available vitamins in the food that we eat. So we should be able to get all the vitamin C that we need if we're eating that general healthful dietary pattern by having half of our plate filled with fruits and vegetables. So the biggest one is going to be citrus, like oranges, classically lemons, grapefruits. Another fruit that is very, very high in vitamin C happens to be our fruit of the month this month, kiwis. Has anyone tried a delicious kiwi yet? Awesome, awesome. Yes, kiwis are one of my favorite fruits. They're actually higher in vitamin C content than even just a regular orange. So even though orange gets a lot of attention when it comes to vitamin C, kiwis are actually a little bit higher. So get your kiwis in, available at lunch. If you haven't tried them yet, I encourage you to do so. And vitamin C supports the immune system by stimulating the formation of antibodies. So we already talked about the innate immune system, those physical barriers that we have. The other part of our immune system is sort of the taught immune system. So our bodies, when confronted with a pathogen, are able to learn about that pathogen, learn from those antibodies, create those so that next time our bodies come in contact with that same virus, we're able to fight it off. So sounds familiar, like our vaccine, right? So that's the basic science behind that, is our body's able to learn all about that pathogen, so next time it comes towards us, we're able to fight it off efficiently. So vitamin C helps by stimulating the formation of those antibodies that are going to help us out. Next up is vitamin D. So vitamin D is essential to immune function and helps regulate the body's immune response. Like I briefly mentioned at the beginning, when it comes to our immune system, it's important that we have an appropriate immune response, right? We don't want to have our immune system on overdrive and attacking everything that comes into contact with us. We want it to be able to specifically target those bad pathogens and combat them and keep us safe from them. So vitamin D will help with that. As you can see here, our vitamin D comes from a lot of animal-sourced sources like eggs, salmon, we've got some cheese. We also do have some green vegetables, of course, in there. And a big one is going to be mushrooms. So mushrooms are a good source, plant-based source of vitamin D. And my favorite source of vitamin D is the lovely sunshine. So your body can also synthesize vitamin D with just 13 to 15 minutes of sunshine 3 times a week. So that's why when we're feeling a little bit immunocompromised, even when it's starting to be those colder months, it's important that we still get outside on those sunny days, at least for 15 minutes. Of course, wear your SPF, wear your sunscreen, but really allow your body to do the synthesizing of your vitamin D by doing that. All right, and vitamin E. So vitamin E works as an antioxidant, much like vitamin C, and supports immune function by protecting the integrity of cell membranes from damage caused by free radicals. So vitamin E, like vitamin C, it's an antioxidant. So it's gonna protect our body from the stress of everyday life. So as you can see, vitamin E food sources, a lot going on here, a lot of different food sources. We've got the kiwi, the avocado, broccoli, different nuts, shellfish, bell peppers, peanuts. All of these foods, I'd like to point out, are a delicious and healthy additives for that general healthful eating diet that we all are aiming for. So get in your vitamin E. And last but not least, zinc. So like vitamin C, zinc has gone way up in supplementation during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's because there's many different studies out there talking about how vitamin C can boost our immune system. It's essential for cell proliferation. So all of our cells that are involved in protecting us in our immune system, like these macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, T cells, and B cells, they're all readily proliferated. So they're made readily in our body, and zinc is key for those cells. So when we're deficient in zinc, that's when a problem can occur, because all of those important cells that protect us aren't able to be made as readily. So getting enough zinc in your diet is key. We've got the red meats that are really high in zinc. I myself, as a vegetarian, get my zinc through pepitas or pumpkin seeds, almonds, beans, and of course, those greens, that spinach. Okay, so we talked about those key micronutrients. I do want to spend a little bit of time on lovely turmeric and ginger. These are both found in our delicious juices that we're trying today. And these roots both have specific compounds in them that have been studied to decrease inflammation in our body and increase and support our immune system. So specifically, turmeric contains a chemical compound, curcumin. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but curcumin comes from turmeric, and it's the compound that we're looking for to help our immune system. So you can get supplements of just that curcumin supplement, or you can have the actual root, which Francois just juiced in the back there for you. And it comes out to this really beautiful orange color. So if anyone's familiar with, eating curry or any sort of orange, really bright, vibrant foods, a lot of that is coming from that substance in turmeric. So not only is it a beautiful color, but it has been studied across the board for many different impacts, positive impacts on your health, one of which is definitely supporting your immune system. And number 2, ginger. So ginger, much like green tea, contains phenolic compounds. So one of them is called gingerol, and that's a chemical thought to possess potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. So again, many studies have been done on both of these specific roots. Not only have we seen actual decrease of inflammatory markers in people's bodies that are eating these things or adding them to their diets, but also we've seen decreases in things like the common cold, things like our annual flu, in animal studies and lab-based studies of these specific compounds. So still, of course, more studies need to be done in humans, but what we know so far is that adding ginger and adding turmeric wherever you can, in a green juice, in a delicious sunrise or sunset juice like we have today, or just in a tea. I love slicing a little piece of ginger and pouring some hot water and making my own ginger tea, adding a little bit of lemon. It's delicious, it's comforting, it's warm, and it's gonna help reduce your inflammation in your body and increase your immune response. Next month, actually, we're going to talk more about vitamins and supplements. So I will be talking specifically about, we talked a lot about specific vitamins and things here, but I'll talk even more and get into things like potassium next month. Any other questions? Sorry, Ms. Kavalar.
What are cuties?
Cuties are the citrus, like small tangerines.
The little
Yeah, the little
we had, they call them cuties.
cuties. Yes. Yes. Yep, so the spice would be from the ginger, and turmeric definitely has a little bit of a kick as well. So if you feel any heat, that's that ginger or turmeric. Any other questions? Oh,
Get these
delicious.
during our meals.
So
Ginger in it.
ginger.
The ginger gives it a bite.
Yep, it gives it a bite. Yes, Ms. Leela. So we're starting to work on how we can start implementing juicing more regularly here at Roundtree Gardens. So I don't know if it'll be available specifically at meals, but we definitely want to make it more of a routine for us all.
This is too hot for me. It's spicy. Do you want the orange one?
All right, everyone.
Is there any sugar or salt added in any of these?
Nothing added. Nope, no added sugar or salt. Just the natural sugars from the fruit juice. From God. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And I'll definitely see you next month. Thank you.